Hello gorgeous souls. I hope this finds you well and happy on this Sunday, and I hope you're having a really lovely weekend. Thank you for joining me in this moment. I'm in the dining room. It's virtually, the decorating's all finished. Just a few more bits to put here and there in the cabinet and stuff. But some of you are asking to see the final version of all the events that we've been having going on in the dining room. So the decorating included the hall, the dining room, the stairs and the landing. So a big shout out to Philip Mundy, who's our decorator. He's our daughter-in-law's dad. He's been decorating, doing painting and decorating since he was 16. So he really knows his trade. He's also an ex-firefighter, so at times very useful information. We put a new smoke alarm in. We put it in a really good place because of his advice, and he put it up for us and tested it, which was great. So for those of you who are interested in the dining room, the final version, if I turn this around, so the stairs, he's done all up the stairs, printer underneath the stairs going into the kitchen, going around the fireplace. So all the walls, strip the walls, and he had to make the walls good. He put lining paper up, proper paper, and then painted it all. And I made the curtains. Last week I had a few days of that's going into the lounge. Background is my desk, my beautiful stag head from my lovely friend Freddie. And back around, new lampshades, but all done. Curtains done, all done. I can't tell you. Actually, when he finished and he left, I had a little moment because it's so lovely and it feels so fresh and it feels so light and vibrant compared to what it was before. So feeling really happy, and then it's all done. Anyway, I hope you're all well, and as I say, enjoying your weekend. Thank you for joining me for today's message, and it's from an Archangel. So the Archangel coming forward today, the Archangel Zadkiel. And interesting because on Friday, the message coming forward was from Lady Kuan Yin, and she's all about compassion and mercy, isn't she? Zadkiel sits on the tree of life, connected with the energies of compassion and mercy. But the reason he's stepping forward now, he's got a lot going on. We've got science things going on his desk. We've got writing equipment. I'm going to talk about what he's doing there, but why he's coming forward is as literally, here we are, the end of August. And I know some children in North America will have already gone back to school, maybe in Scotland. If you're in Scotland, tell me, have your children already gone back to school? Our kids, our neighbours' kids, are going off to school next week. And Zadkiel is very much about supporting those who are on a learning journey. So the children going back to school, some going up, they'll be going up a year, but maybe they're also going up to another school, and that can be a little bit daunting sometimes. So Zadkiel supports those youngsters who are stepping up a level, including those going off to college, who have done their GCSEs and they're going off to college, those that are going on to university, even those that are coming back from maybe a gap year and going off to university. He's very much supporting them on that step and the endeavours that follow. And while it is about education, it's also about finding new things, isn't it? Where am I going? Where do I put my bags? Where do I hang my coat? Mixing with new people that perhaps I've not met before. So there's a level of anxiety in there that they can all feel. Some can feel really bold and confident and excited. But even those who are really confident and bold will often have a level of anxiety simply because it's new, haven't done this before. Zadkiel can help boost that confidence and belief in themselves that they can do it. It's just that stepping over the threshold of that new chapter. He reminds us, for all of us, taking on board new information, new experiences, particularly where education is concerned, whatever type of education that is. Maybe it's a training scheme that you're now doing to do with work. Maybe it's some spiritual learning that you're doing. Maybe it's just life learning. Maybe you're going off to do an evening class, maybe learning a new sport or a new skill. Archangel Zadkiel helps us with that, helps us to find the confidence to step over the threshold, step through the door, step to embrace that new experience. He helps us, and particularly to do with this, the expansion on our memory function. Anybody, from a little one going off to nursery for the first time, to the children and young adults and older adults, what happens is, as we step into that new environment or that new situation, the part of our brain that needs to remember where we go, what we do I go in this direction? Who's who? What do they do? Our memory is needing to expand to absorb all that information that we are being given and to remember it. So Zadkiel is fantastic for helping that expansion on our memory so that we can remember which way we went and who's who's friends with who that lecturer is, who that teacher is, where I go to find the bathroom. All of that, Archangel Zadkiel is helping us, but particularly when we're taking on new information where education is concerned. When we're sitting in the new classroom, sitting in the lecture theatre, taking on board that new information. Zadkiel is fantastic for helping us to retain it. He might give us prompts, for instance, to remind us of certain things. He might remind us to take notes. He might remind us to do certain things that help us to remember who that person is and what they do. They help remember where I'm going for lunch. Do I need to take lunch? All those things. That it's not just about what I'm learning. It's all of that that goes round it. So if something new that you're undertaking, whatever that is, but particularly if it's learning, Archangel Zadkiel is really great for helping us. But the other thing he also reminds us is that any kind of learning, whatever it is a form of alchemy. This is what he's doing here. He's performing alchemy. So alchemy was originally, we thought, when I was growing up, I thought alchemy is when you actually turned lead into gold, and wow, how exciting that was. And there's been people throughout the centuries that have tried to do that. But what he reminds us is, when you take something mundane and you increase it, you enhance it, you enliven it, you raise the vibration of it. So when we're doing anything where we're learning, that might be reading a book, but that might be going to a class, that might be going to university, that might be going to nursery. What's happening within us is a form of alchemy, because we're taking something that we're here energetically, and as we absorb that information, that knowledge, the experience, it lifts us. So he reminds us, any kind of learning, any experience where we're having a new experience or expanding on ourselves is a form of alchemy. So he reminds us to pat ourselves on the back because we're already doing a good job in the intention that we're making to increase our awareness, to enhance ourselves in some way. And he reminds you that he's there for you. So if you're feeling slightly overwhelmed, or nervous or anxious about it, or you're feeling anxious for your children because they're going up to the next school or whatever, Archangel Zadkiel helps us. He reminds us, first of all, just take a step back. Take a lovely deep breath and know that this step we're taking is right for us because it's improving on us. It's helping to improve our children, our families, and it's part of our human journey. But he reminds us that we're not doing this on our own. Now, also, as you're taking this step, if it feels a little bit nervous, he reminds us to reach out to people who are going as well. Reminds me of when I went to Hawaii to train as an angel therapy practitioner. I'd been speaking to this wonderful lady called Kobe online. We found out we were doing the same course. We weren't on the same flights together, but when we got to Hawaii, we made sure we met up. We were part of the same group and having fun together. And for me, that was really reassuring that I already felt I knew somebody who was doing the course. And we have remained friends ever since. She's my bestie. So he reminds you of those things you can do to help yourself on this journey as you cross that threshold to new experiences and new learning. Archangel Zadkiel is a really beautiful energy, and he's always there for you when you need him, particularly when it comes to learning something new or having a new experience. So enjoy your connection with Archangel Zadkiel because he's totally awesome. Thank you, all of you. Thank you, darling ones, for joining me this morning. It's so lovely to have your company. I hope you've got a lovely Sunday ahead of you. We've got the second day of the Angelic Lightworker Master Teacher today. So we had a beautiful day yesterday, and I know we're going to have a beautiful day today. And because it's the end of August, of course, Monday is my day off, but I'll be with you Tuesday with a new deck of cards to bring angel messages for you for the month of September. I'm really excited. I don't know about you, but I love September. I think it's that overlapping between the end of summer and the beginning of autumn, the cooler mornings and sometimes a little bit of mist in the air, but sometimes the sunlight and the sunshine in September can be really beautiful. So, lovely things to look forward to. And thank you as always for joining me. Thank you for your likes, your hearts and your comments, and those of you on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for those of you subscribing and for your comments, and I will do my best to get back to you today to respond. But my darling ones, remember whatever it is you are doing today, remember to be kind to yourself, nurture yourself, cherish each other, and I wish you love, light and angel blessings, and have a wonderful day.